How's it going, guys, and welcome back to another Pokemon X and Y Wi-Fi battle. This time we have a match against a random passerby named, actually don't know how to pronounce that, but what I will do is, I will call you Jack for now, bro. So I hope you don't mind, Jack. But anyway, let's look at the teams. I've decided to maintain my Grass, Water, and Fire core, that being my Sceptile, Feraligatr, and Typhlosion. They are putting in so much of work lately in my NU games. I mean, you guys would know from my previous uploads. So they are like a staple now. They have been winning me so many games. And I'm really kicking myself for not having done this game live because it was a fantastic battle. I wish I could have brought it to you live because the reactions that I had whilst playing it by myself was insane. So anyway, I've also got my Avalugg as my defensive wall and rapid spin support, so that's pretty nice. I've got my Muck as my specially defensive wall with some priority with the Shadow Sneak, and I just wanted another really fast Pokemon, so I decided to bring in Electrode as another special attack, so that's pretty cool. He's got a Bravery, Heliolisk, Diggersby. I have a Diggersby, and you know how powerful Diggersby can be. He's also got a Swordsbuck, Pyro, and Chinchino. Pretty cool team, bro. But anyway, before we begin, I actually wanted to reinstate the question of the video. We have not had one of these in a really long time, and now that the channel has grown quite a bit, it's going to be very interesting to see what the response is like. So I really love reading all of the comments, so be sure to leave a comment down below. So anyway, if you could be a gym leader, what type of gym leader would you be? And going beyond that, what would your signature Pokemon be? So for me personally, definitely a ghost type gym leader because I love my ghost type Pokemon. And Gengar, of course, just look at my profile picture. So let me know what you guys think. Anyways, I decided to lead off with my Sceptile because we know Sceptile's fast, he's got decent coverage, and he can just run away if he is not having a good matchup. So perfect, this Chinchino comes in, and I go straight for the Focus Blast, and what do you know? Of course, Sceptile just closes his eyes whenever he has to use Focus Blast, so he misses. That is just a regular occurrence these days. So you go straight for the U-turn, and that does so much of damage, more than half. It's actually pretty embarrassing, and now I can understand why Sceptile is an NU. So of course he's going to bring in his Pyro, and I just decided to stay in because I know he is normal type, and I can just go for another Focus Blast. But to my surprise, well, not actually, he is actually Scarfed, and he's able to take out my Sceptile. So Sceptile did nothing this game. Congrats, bro, congrats. So now I decided to bring in my Electro because I thought even though this thing is still Choice Scarf, I should be able to outspeed because the base speed stat on Electrode is super high. It is crazy high, and I decided to just go for a Volt Switch because I thought he would actually switch out, but that was a really bad play on my part. I should have just went for a Thunderbolt. But now I've got to switch out. I decided to just go to my Feraligatr because I do have the Aqua Jet, which he predicts beautifully predicts that. I mean, like, it's so obvious. I just have like the word Aqua Jet written all over my face. So maybe I should name my Feraligatr that. That would be pretty interesting. And of course, he's gonna bring in his Heliolisk, which has the dry skin ability, and he's gonna be able to absorb that and get all moist and shit. So that is not looking too good. I have to switch out now because I don't want to lose my Feraligatr, and he does have the Sash, so I don't want to waste that too early on. So I bring in my specially defensive wall, that being my Muck. That's the only thing that can really take a Thunderbolt or Surf from this thing, which it likes to carry. And I mean, Muck takes that alright. I'm pretty happy with that. So now he goes straight for a Volt Switch. I'm like, damn Heliolisk, that does quite a bit. And of course he predicts the Poison Jab, and he brings in the one Pokemon that's going to resist it, which is of course his Diggersby. So the Poison Jab does a decent amount. Honestly, I'm pretty happy even though he does resist it. Muck has a pretty good attack stat, so I'm quite happy with that damage output. That's okay. He did well at Muck, but I need to save my Muck for later because I need some priority. And I decided to bring in my defensive wall because I know this thing's either going to go for like a quick attack or Earthquake. And it does. It goes straight for the Earthquake, and of course, look at this machine. Look at this mountain. Diggersby is not able to touch it at all. Completely. I mean, this is one of the most underrated physically defensive walls in the game. I don't understand why Avalugg is NU. It's just crazy. And he's got Recover, and he's Rapid Spin support. That's fantastic. So he goes to the U-turn, doesn't do too much, and he decides to bring in the Pyroar. And yeah, so now he gets the Unnerve. Now my Avalugg, I don't know why my Avalugg is nervous. He should be able to eat any berries. Avalugg is pretty damn intimidating. And I go straight for the Avalanche, and I thought, you know what, maybe it might take out this damn Pyro, but it doesn't. It doesn't. He does resist it, but still, I mean, come on. I get the 120 base power on the Avalanche, and it's still not able to take this thing out. So I've got to switch out because I need the Avalugg. I really need the Avalugg if I have any chance of winning this game to prevent that Diggersby from sweeping me. But I bring in my Muck now, and thank goodness there was a little bit of hacks there because he missed that Fire Blast, and then he follows it up with another Fire Blast, which does land. So if he landed both of those Fire Blasts, it would have definitely taken out my Muck. So I'm really grateful for that, and I'm able to at least, you know, attack back and take him out with a Poison Jab. I could have went for the Shadow Sneak, but it is part normal type, so I could not go for that anyway. So I'm really lucky with the miss on the Fire Blast there. So that's alright. Now he brings in his Diggersby, and I just decided to switch out and bring in my Everlug again, because I think he was going to go for another Earthquake. I mean, he probably did outspeed my Muck anyway, so I'm not too sure why he decided to go for a quick attack. I guess he wanted to just be sure in case I decided to stay in with my Muck. Yeah, I mean, if he decided to go for 2 Earthquakes here instead of the quick attack, then I think I would have lost my Everlug, to be honest. But who knows, we'd have to run some damage calcs to find out about that. So he goes to the U-turn, switches out, and he brings in his Chinchino. I'm like, okay. Everlug's like, I don't give a shit. I'm just gonna park here, do my thing, bounce around. I really wish there was like a water ground here, because then I'd be like a true iceberg. Because that's what Everlug is. He's an iceberg. So that is cool. It goes to the tail slap. It's gonna slap me five times because of the skill link ability. But Everlug gives no fucks right now. Look at that. It does like absolutely nothing. He gets one of the crits as well, and that's like, wow, look at that. And I just go straight for an Avalanche now, and I'm gonna get the 120 base power on this thing, and it should take this thing out, but it doesn't. Chinchino holds on, which means that now Everlug is gonna get smacked around again another 5 times. I don't know. I think Everlug did that on purpose. I think Everlug likes it's a chick as well. I didn't even notice. Everlug is a female. Maybe he just likes to be spanked around 5 times by a Chinchino. Who knows? Who knows? So yeah, I mean, I think now, looking back, I went for a recover at this point in time. No, I went for the Avalanche, take this thing out, yes. I go for the Avalanche, just take this thing out. I do not want this thing pimp slapping me anymore. It's a bit ridiculous. Don't abuse my Everlug. My Everlug is my baby. So now, yes, now he decides to bring in, who does he bring in now? I can't remember. Oh yes, in comes the Bravery. Yes, that is also one of the reasons why I needed to keep my Everlug alive, because I know a Choice Bandit, at this amount of HP, a Choice Bandit Bravery would definitely be able to take out my Everlug with a superpower, but because it was life formed, I am lucky that damage output was a little bit less, so I'm able to take this thing out with an Avalanche. Fantastic, fantastic. You know what, I'm really happy. If you had the Choice Band there, and you would have definitely been able to taken my Everlug out, which is not ideal. I mean, it was pretty shitty that I had to take another 5 slaps from that Chinchino, because that did a lot of unnecessary damage to me, but what are you gonna do, So now he brings in his Heliolisk, and I mean, it's Everlug did his job. He was able to take out, you know, most importantly, that Bravery that I wanted out of the picture. I didn't want anything else to take a stab Thunderbolt from this thing. So I decided, you know what, Everlug, you did your job. You can have a good rest. And now I bring in my Voltorb. Why do I keep calling it Voltorb? Sorry, Electrode. My Gotcha. And I go straight for the Signal Beam, because that hits it neutrally, and a Thunderbolt or Volt Switch is not going to do too much of damage anyway, and he still has that Diggersby, so I did not want to just risk that and let him get a free switch into his Diggersby. So now of course he's going to bring in the Diggersby, and I don't have anything to take one of his attacks, so I decided to stay in, and I do have the Aftermath, which is going to be fantastic because it's going to get more damage on this Diggersby, so that's great. I've never actually been able to make use of the Aftermath ability, so that's nice. At least Electrode is doing some work there. He's doing some work. So now I bring in my Typhlosion, and what do you know? I go for the Focus Blast, and it misses. What the hell? Not a single Focus Blast was landed this game. Not a single fuck was given this game by my Focus Blast users, Typhlosion and Sceptile. And I mean, I could have went for the Eruption there, but of course, what happens? He could have went for the quick attack, and then the Eruption base power would have dropped significantly, and I think like that was my safest moves. Anyway, I bring in my, I'm falling behind here. So I bring in my Feraligatr, and I predict the switch out, and I get a free turn to actually go for a Dragon Dance, so that's fantastic. And now I go straight for an Ice Punch, which is definitely going to take out his Heliolisk. So this is looking good, this is alright. If he obviously predicted the Aqua Jet, which is why he switched into his Heliolisk, so that's nice. At least I got a free Dragon Dance there. So now he goes straight for the quick attack. I don't know why I did not go for an Aqua Jet here, because that would have preserved my Focus Sash. And now I'm able to take him out with an Ice Punch, so that's alright. And he's only got his Swordsbuck left now, so this could have been a misplay on my part, because if the Swordsbuck was like Choice Scarf, but it obviously couldn't be because his other Pokemon was, then it could have taken me out. But I am able to outspeed, and I am able to take this thing out with an Ice Punch, so that is the game. So yeah, that was a pretty good match, Jack. You made some good predictions, a few over predictions, but anyway, nevertheless, it was an awesome game. And yeah, guys, if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to leave a thumbs up. I'm trying for 30 likes this video. Let's try and reach the target. That'll be fantastic. And yeah, have an awesome one, guys. Remember to answer that question of the video, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Cheers.